Do you think you've found true love? You are with the true love of your life? Well, today I'm focusing on Southeast Asia specifically, but it can relate to other countries as well. I have come to the conclusion that 98%, at least 98% of all relationships are all transactional. They are based on money. Controversial? Yeah. But hopefully, if you listen to me, hear me out, and maybe wake up, you may actually see I could have something here. So I'm going to put these into, I've got little headlines here I keep referring to. The funded fantasy. So what I would say to you in Southeast Asia is the relationship you have right now that you consider to be true love is going to be as solid as concrete as long as the money is flowing. As soon as your money runs dry, I'm going to guarantee you 98% of those times she will leave you. She will leave you. And what she has in certain countries in Asia, she has the advantage because you've already bought the house. You've already bought the land. You've built the swimming pool. You've bought the cars. And guess who gets to keep them? Not you. Now, not only am I speaking from opinion, I'm also speaking from experience. And I'm the first person to admit my own delusion. Because everybody thinks they have found the one. They have found the exception. Everyone else has got the bad ones, but they've got the good one. And that was me. 100% that was me. And I know for sure now I didn't have that one. It was purely transactional. Because when I look back, everything started to break down as soon as the money started to disappear. And that is exactly what is the case in your life. You don't have to believe me. And if you've already invested in the house, the swimming pool, the car, I can't even show you how to put it to the test. Because it's mute. It really doesn't matter. You can't put it to the test because if you did put it to the test, you've lost your investment. Now, if you go into that relationship with your eyes open, knowing it's transactional and you're okay with that, then fine. The rest of you, I'm sorry to say this, you're absolutely deluded. And I'm going to include certain people. So I have watched, I'm not naming people, by the way. I've watched a few YouTube videos over months. And there's one particular guy who goes around Thailand interviewing this is Thailand in particular I'm talking about now, but it can apply across Asia, which is why I said. But he goes around and he wants to show what these relationships are all built on true love. And they're not. Not one of them. Not one of them have I seen as true love. You can see body language if you've got any ability to see body language. You can see delusion because it's clear. You can see complete naivety on the part of the Western person and complete control on the part of the non-Western person. If they walk away from that relationship, they see it as an investment in their future. Their future only lasts until either they die or the money runs out. And that suits the female partner, shall we say. Because when the money runs out, they're quids in. Absolutely quids in. They've done exceptionally well. So to you guys who go in with your eyes open, I congratulate you. And I have seen, I'll be honest, I've come across a couple of couples who are very eyes open. From the Westerner's guy's point of view, he's being looked after. He realizes this. He realizes when he's gone, it's all gone to the lady. And he's happy with that. And that's fine. If your eyes are open, I only salute you for doing more than I could ever do. I, unfortunately, was in the delusional camp, believing I had found the one, the different one. Well, I hadn't. That's my mistake. Now, there is the element of people which I call the she never asks trap. And I've seen quite a few, not only videos, but actual people I know saying, well, mine's different. She doesn't ask me for money. I was having a conversation with my friend just last weekend, and he said exactly that. Well, she doesn't ask me for money. And I said, okay, so when you went away last month, you flew to Laos. Who paid for the airfares? Who paid for the hotel? Who paid for the food? Who paid for the bike hire? Who paid for the excursions? And I saw his brain like ticking over and going, well, I did. And she doesn't ask you for anything. No, she doesn't put her hand out and say, oh, give me this money, please. I need some money. No, she doesn't. What does she get, though? A fully funded 5-star holiday. Wow. Bargain. What does he get? Actually, nothing. Nothing. They're not even in a romantic relationship. He doesn't even get a hug. I suppose the other delusional people who have their house and they've invested these millions in these properties, at least they probably get a bit out of it physically and maybe emotionally. But you've got a massive language barrier in Asia as well. We convince ourselves, we know enough, but you don't. I watched a guy who been here for 16 years. And he only understands enough of the language to kind of understand basically around food. So it's delusional. I'm really sorry, it's delusional. I would call those people, the delusional people, the all-inclusive man. The all-inclusive man who sits with his pride and says, I don't give her any money, but I pay the rent. I pay for all the food. I pay for all the transport. I pay for all the holidays. I pay for all the nights out. I pay for everything. I pay. But I don't pay her anything. Now, think about it from your perspective. In your Western country, you go back there and you find a partner who's going to pay for everything. You've got the life of Riley. And we're not talking about paying of a standard that's as low, because in Asia, the standard of a Western is much higher. So they are paying or being paid for a very high level lifestyle for nothing. Bargain. So if you're not delusional and you see it, admit it. And you're fine with it. If you are delusional, which most of you are, I'm afraid to say, you're just going to go, oh, no, you're talking rubbish. You don't know what you're talking about. I haven't come into Asia for 2 months and I've come up with this sudden epiphany of what's going on. I'm talking about years of observation, years of experience. When I first came to Asia, I knew it was transactional. So I wasn't in any deep relationships. So in those cases, I wasn't delusional. But when I actually fell in love with somebody who was not part of the scene where I came from, I became delusional. I honestly thought I have found the one that's different. And she's not. She's the same as all the rest. And I'm really sorry, Asia, to say this about you. I understand where you're coming from. I understand you're trying to better your life. You're trying to support your family. I'm not judging that. Not at all. My point is, I'm talking about the Western delusion. The Western delusion that these relationships are not transactional and that they've found the one. Now, I will get a lot of hate mail for this. And frankly, the hate mail I will just delete. If you want to argue with some brain cells, fine. I'm more than happy to hear you. But if you're just going to argue saying you don't know what you're talking about, I've got the perfect life. Yeah, well, you'll be one of the delusional ones. Okay. So I'm going to finish this with a final thought. If you think I'm talking a load of crap, which I'm sure many of you will, I can only say this to you. It's a warning. It's not a situation of you'll know now. When your money runs out, you will see. You will see, and hopefully you might remember this video. You'll see, he was right. Because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And for all of those guys with their eyes open, honestly, hats off to you. I couldn't run a relationship knowing that it's transactional. But I do see why you do it. There is logic in it, which I won't expand on here. There's obvious logic in it. I see that. And for those of you who haven't, invested in the house, the car, the pool, the land, all that sort of stuff, but they live with you full time, where you pay for everything, you're equally delusional. You're only buying a temporary relationship. You are the all-inclusive man. And best of luck to you. Please remember, or try, subscribe, like, share. I know this is a fairly controversial subject, but you know what? I'm past caring about all that stuff now. I'm just going to tell you what I think. And I hope it helps someone. I hope it maybe puts other people's minds at rest, thinking, where did I go wrong? Because I've gone through that for 6 months. Where did I go wrong? And I want to tell you something. You haven't gone wrong. You've just been truly committed and truly in love with somebody, and you've given everything that you are to them. So you haven't done anything wrong. You've just believed in love, but you've come to the wrong place to believe in it. And it's just circumstantial. It's not your fault. So this is not a blame game. Not at all. This is you've either been there your eyes are open, or you're going to be there. You're in one of those three categories. So to the 98% of delusional men out there, good luck. Honestly, good luck. Those who've seen the light, well done. And for those of you who are somewhere in between, come back for the next conversation. I don't even know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be my opinion. Hope you have a great day. See you on the next one.